Good evening and welcome to my midweek recap here for the S&P 500 and plan ahead for the rest of the week. Okay, back to these 280 calls, which I initially got into over here at 49, added on a break above the 8 and 21 per my last video. Nice consolidation, chopped around above the 8 and 21, which are the blue and yellow lines down here. Nice gap up here on Monday, had zero follow through. In hindsight, should have closed a position up here in the 70s, mid 70s, I believe they were, but I was looking for the 8 and 21s to hold, possibly create a trend, and that did not happen. As you can see, it was a nice, big, bearish engulfing candle on the day. Just negated all the gains I did have. I mean, it wasn't huge, but I should have taken some profits off. Oh well, hindsight trading, you're always profitable. Anyways, into Tuesday, I did take a few trades here. First trade was the test of this 262.5 level, got into the 263.5 calls for May 11th at 255. Stop loss was the low of the day at that point. Once it pierced that low, I did get out at 225. Loss I didn't really want to take, but I have to obey my levels. Did not take a second trade there. I was patient, even though you can see it's a huge run up that I did miss out on. Second trade of the day, once it took out the opening range high, got in at 265 weekly calls at 111 on this peak right here. Notice sellers on the tape right at the gap, so that was enough of a clue to go ahead and get out at 135. Decent little profit there. Into Wednesday, took a couple of trades here today as well. Because the daily candle did set up as a hammer candle over here, you can see I do have a specific plan for those days, and if you follow any of my older videos, you'll know how I trade those. Basically looking for a support level around where the original breakout was on the hammer day. Once I had a nice move above VWAP, close above, and started push up, I did get into 265 calls here at 113. Half off here at 124. Once it came up to the high of the day, ran into the 8 EMA, put in what looked like a hanging man candle. Sellers hit the tape again, so I did take some off. Broke back below VWAP, got out at 113 for the remainder of those. Again, came down, tested this breakout level from the previous day, so I got in today's, the expiration today, 264 calls at 72. Break above VWAP, sellers hit the tape again, so got out at 86 for half of them. The other half trailed me out here at 0.825 for a small little gain on that play there. Had I been a little bit more patient and realized this was a flag, however, at this candle I did not know it was going to be a flag. Could have held on. These actually did go up and hit about 175, maybe even 180, right up here at the 21 EMA, which is this area right here is where the Fed meeting notes came out. And just like the last time the Fed meeting or the Fed notes came out, first move is always the false move, or usually the false move. As you can see, nice pop up, resistance, and hard selling all the way back down. Now onto the plan that I will be looking for on Thursday. Still staying bullish on the S&P 500, which means I'm just going to have to pick my levels very carefully. Looking at the 200 SMA down here, which is the purple line, looking for 261 calls here about 2 weeks out. Also a pattern play down here at 255 to 256 area, looking for support in this region here. If I do get into this position in 261 calls, I will look for consolidation at the moving average up here, just like on this level on what was that, Thursday, Friday area, for a move higher, and I may add on a break above there. This time I will hold my stop a little bit tighter, just like right here, had a nice clean break. I should have stopped it out there. Anyways, overall target will be the 50 SMA. Next target up, 270 to 271 up here in this region here. Kind of thought with the Apple earnings that came out, the S&P would have followed through with it a little bit, but there were only two names that were really up in the whole S&P 500. That was Apple and MasterCard. So market is still, for the most part, weak. Just have to be cautious and pick my levels very carefully. Now this green line right here, this represents the 8 EMA on the monthly time frame. It's going to be a battleground. As you can see, last month was a very wide indecision range, basically from 270, 140 all the way down here to 255, we'll call it. So going to be a lot of chop in that area. If price action does start to run away from this level, we'll just have to sit on my hands, wait for a better opportunity, maybe even all the way down here around 250, 248, which is on the daily time frame. There was some consolidation here. May test this level, may only test this 253 area. So just have to be cautious. As I said before, pick my spots, obey my rules, get in, get out if it fails, sit on my hands, and wait for prime opportunities. This would be my trade plan for Thursday and Friday. Have a good evening and good luck.